Hey, welcome to Coffee and Cards. I hope that you have your hot cup of joe with you. I know that I do in my fancy snazzy mug. But you guys, I'm so freaking excited because we have Lainie on today. So let me know if you've ever been on here with Lainie from the Food Healing Oracle deck. And then let me know too if you already have the deck. Hey Kelly, I'm not sure if you have because this is the deck that I'm talking about. So this is like the first deck here with like the food, those kinds of things. I know it sounds so weird, but I just love it so much. And then now we have the second deck, which is amazing. Oh, Ro, it's your first time? Oh my gosh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I want to introduce my co-host for today, who is Lainie Sevanté Wulkan. Oh my gosh, and Carrie, of course, you totally know her. So she is freaking amazing. I have had her on several times. She is a really amazing intuitive. She is a psychic. She does awesome with her card deck. She actually created this one with her partner Joanna, and they just blew me away with it. I really just, I think we need to do more with it. Like I feel like I need to keep you guys in my kitchen as we get spirit messages through our food. So you know what? I'm kind of going on a tangent. I'm going to bring her on right now. Welcome, Lainey. How are you?
Good. Keep me in your kitchen. I totally love that. Hey,
Yes.
everybody.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Meg said loving these decks and writing with them regularly. Are you serious? How? Oh, that is so cool. Can you see the comments,
Wow.
Lainey?
Yeah, now I can see them. I don't have my glasses on and I've had a long weekend, but I see them and that's amazing. And I want to know what she's doing. She's writing with them or she's
Oh, she says
making
working with them.
recipes?
Okay. I was like, how are
Oh,
you writing with them? I'm like, that is
I
so
know.
cool. Yes. Okay, so I'm so excited because this is that deck. And remember, I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but I did a mediumship gallery reading with the first deck. So that means that I connected with the other side through these cards. And was that not phenomenal? Was it not so cool to see the stuff that came up?
Chills. I'm my chills in this moment just thinking about every scenario. You have to give them at least maybe one example because they're so mind-blowing what you did.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
was
like
just thinking this morning we got to do another one.
yes, like my okay, I love the one. I love the apple one, by the way. It was like, oh, I felt like someone in spirit forgot who it was, one of the grandparents, and then I pulled like the apple abundance card, and they're like, oh my gosh, we grew up right like next to an apple farm or something along like apple trees and stuff. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Oh yes.
Pears, the grace.
Oh yes. Oh, I love that one. That one was I was like, your grandmother's coming through in dreams. And I was like, and I feel like she's saying something about a little girl or something. And she's bringing up the name Grace because Grace in pairs because of the card. And then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I had a dream that my grandmother who had passed said I was having a little girl named Grace. And I was to name her Grace. And I'm like, are you serious? Is that not funny? And like the olives card, like I think this came up for Joanna's husband who was like Italian. Because as soon as I seen this, I was like, olives are for Italians, and she's Sicilian, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that created a thing. Because Italians and Sicilians aren't supposed to like each other, yet alone get married. So there was so many cool ones.
Well,
Um,
you know what's so amazing is that since then and before then, we have seen food pairings with crystals, with oils, psychic mediumship. We have done so many different collaborations because food is a part of everything. And so we're just showing all the facets of the diamond of what Mother Nature really wants us to know. It's mind blowing.
Oh my, it really is. And that's the thing is like I think that so many people until they like get to know me in the deck, they're like really like the food, like Heather, out of all of your zillions of decks, this is like one of them that you use and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, but see, it's so I can't even explain it. And then it also helps your relationship with food. I know it sounds so crazy, but it really does. And so this deck seems like it has a lot more.
Huh.
Does it?
Well, you know what? In a way it does. I think maybe more metaphorically, but it's 1660 cards, but we ended up doing four bonus cards. So sometimes if you bought the bonus cards during our Kickstarter campaign, you have 64. But no, we did them exactly the same so you can actually blend them and put them together. And now you can have an entire array of 120, 124 foods to work with.
Dude, see, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And that you can bring spirit messages through your food. So I have a question. This is called acai. Is that how you pronounce
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this card is coming up. I almost like just had to get right into it because every single time it's been on the bottom of my card deck, and I'm like, wait a second, like 3 times it came up. So everybody that's listening, I feel like this is all for us. And what I'm really getting from this card is that we have to we have to be consistent. We have to stick to we have to devote ourselves to the thing that we decided that we wanted to do, no matter what it is. So what is it called? New Year's resolutions, whatever that thing is. You got to keep up with it. You have to devote yourself. You know what I mean? You have to be thankful and think of your future self, like right now, because your future self is going to thank you if you keep up with it. So whether it's a diet, whether it's an idea, or whatever it is you're trying to bring fruition, this is like your confirmation to start it, to keep it, to be devoted to it. Whether, like, I used to go ahead, and I know it sounds so funny, like, Lainie, I'm not sure you know this, but I wanted to quit doing readings for so often. I just wanted to hang up my hat because it felt like too much of responsibility. I was too afraid of being wrong. I was too afraid of letting people down and everything. So what I would do is on times that like I felt good, I would write myself notes. Like I would keep them on the computer. I would print them out. I even have one that my husband wrote me. And so then when I was feeling down, like too scared and the fear was overcoming, what I would do then is I would read those notes and I would be like, see, like I would be like I was like, you have to keep going. There's something bigger than you. And that's what I'm getting
Well,
from this.
keep that card up for a second. I just want to show them and you the cover. So you notice our new deck has a spoon. There's a spoon on that one, and the spoon has a running theme throughout the new deck because we're wanting to let them know that just need a spoonful, like a baby step. Yes, it's called second
Oh,
helpings because people, when something they really love something, they're going to want to have seconds. So that's the name of the deck, second helpings. But it's like a spoonful of medicine, a spoonful. Just take a little bit, try it out, tune into it, see if it works. And so you're going to see a lot of spoons in the picture, but that's sort of that reoccurring theme is just devote yourself a spoonful of 5 minutes to pull one card in the morning, do meditation, devote yourself to self-care. It's all about that.
oh my gosh, I love that. Like almost like just like a spoonful, one little baby step. Just keep on doing that. And,
Yeah.
I feel like other people can relate to this too because I am all in my head. I am all in my mind. I'm all in imagination. I'm all about the woohoo and everything else. And I just don't even care about my body that much. That's the reason why I like this card deck so much is because it helps ground me, helps bring me back into my body. And so one thing that I try to do little baby steps. So now when I get out of the shower, I take this really nice oil and then I put it on my body. Even if I do it really quickly or whatever, I try to put it on my body with love. It's like a lavender essential oil kind of, oil thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
just a little small thing of self care, one little spoonful.
If you go to our website, we just started carrying some whipped sugar body butter scrubs, I think they're
Are you
called.
serious?
Yeah, and the woman here who is like really kind of known in this area, she's like a super apothecary girl. She got oils and tuned in with me to certain ones from our deck. So we have a strawberry whip scrub. So your strawberries are our love card. So we're actually putting love on our body. We have mango for joy. We have apples for abundance. We have peaches for positivity. So she literally, it's like we're putting that intention on our body as we scrub, and they smell divine. So that's something new we started carrying. Totally unrelated.
Or oh my God, that is I just love this. Okay, so
Yeah, you'll have to try one.
I'm doing like a Bitly thing, so you guys can like either screenshot it or whatnot, or just click on it because that's really cool. I didn't know that they had those at all.
Yeah. And you
It's
mentioned
actually the
something,
food.
Heather. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, actually, you know what? I have another link. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did Bitly. Sorry about that. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, you had said we're all woo woo and we're not really focusing on our food. And what's amazing to me is that the doctors, nurses, health coaches, nutritionists, they're all starting to come around of like, what is going on with this deck? You're calling it an oracle deck, but yet it's telling us what our body needs. It's telling us what minerals are missing. It's telling us what will help us get over or preventative, and it's working. And so this bridging of spirit and science, I mean, this is such a unique deck now too that you can actually ask my body need today. What meals should I make kitchen for my family?
I
And
love
it'll tell
that.
you 100% every time.
And exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's how accurate it is. Look at this sensitivity. So again, for like a lot of us, like I was just talking about, we have to honor our sensitivity. And my thing is too is specifically is like, okay, we have to make sure that we're also taking care of our bodies. Our bodies are our vessels in which that intuitive guidance and insight comes through. And this is so funny. I totally forgot about this. When I do a lot of readings, I store energy in my upper back right here. It's like really crazy. Like I can feel it. And so lately I've been, working out a lot more and things like that. And also I'm noticing that I'm so tight in my back, in my lower back and my upper back, and it totally went over my head that I'm doing like tons and tons of readings and I'm not cleansing myself enough because now it's like made its way, more into my body. So I love this card as well, being like, and the fact that we're talking about it and this card comes up.
Well, yes. Well, you know what I was going to say is, as you were talking, our cherimoya card. So if people even know what cherimoya is, they should look
No.
it up. It's a great fruit. But cherimoya in the new deck is movement. I was actually seeing some yoga stretches for you, girl. That would be really good to move energy in there. But yeah, that feels to me. And
Yep.
if you find the cherimoya card, I don't know. We'll see if one of us gets it. Who gets it first?
Yes,
It
let's see.
it do you have it? Because it's
No,
really all about movement of the body because we have to move energy.
it doesn't want to.
Yeah, so energy gets stuck, energy. And so sometimes also, we know energy, emotional traumas, grief, all that, but that's what also affects our food choices. I know I can't find it either, but in any case, it's movement in the new deck.
It's a
It's
God.
so elusive, it's moving away from us.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I cannot stop wheezing and get my asthma in a check after COVID. Would love to see what this deck tells me.
Why don't you pull a
Oh.
card right now? Or you want me to pull a card for you? Or you do it.
Ooh. No.
What'd you get?
Wait. Should I do it?
You do it and I'll pull one too.
Okay, that's gonna see like what they would say. Okay, it's talking about surrendering, and this is
Oh
one
my
thing. Like I'm not sure what it says to you, but to me, it's like what they say. Like, or at least Louise Hay says about like lungs and breathing and stuff like that. That talks about like embracing life or whatever, actually fully living, and it talks about surrender. So I think it's like surrendering the things that you cannot control is going to help on that mental part, as well. Surrendering it, letting it go. And here's the thing: I hate when people say let it go, but this is my thing. When you say like let it go and you keep on thinking about it, keep on praying for the angels to take it away from you and distract yourself. That's what you're going to do, and to keep on letting go, letting go, letting go of that control. But I feel like there's something else with onion specifically. Is there something in with onion specifically that she can help to actually help that?
Well, onions are good for the whole body, but they're actually very good. They're very anti-cancer. So I think onions are one of the best staples ever. I have to just say before I forget, and I know I just saw that Carrie is here. Um, we had our level 2 this weekend. That is our first certification for the next level. I know you'll be taking it in April, but there were certain cards that no matter what you did, no matter what you said, no matter what partner you were partnered up with, the theme, I swear, there were two cards this weekend, but that was one of them. And so I'm just laughing like, wow, that is up for everybody, is really to surrender to expectations, to fears, to worries, to concerns. That also resides in the chest, right? So it's breathing this. I have to, breathe in, I surrender, breathe out, I don't have to control. I am cared for, watched over by the divine. And when you start to breathe in the knowingness that you are supported, I would be eating the scallions just to anchor in that frequency, like, wow, I surrendered, I don't have to control everything, that sort of thing. And that helps to free up the breath.
Oh my gosh, I love that. The breathing in, the breathing out thing. And then every time that you're putting onions, scallions onto your food, you're setting that intention that you're letting go, that you are like, like you said, practice that breathing exercise too. And then something else that's coming up too is making sure you're taking, you're actually truly breathing. Because a lot of times, we're not breathing either properly or we're doing a lot of shallow breaths. And I don't sit for long periods of time now because I know that like, the oxygen's not getting to all my organs and things like that. Like I feel like I'm
Yeah.
cramping them up. So I like to try and stand up a lot more, so and like move so that my body can get the oxygen that it needs.
I'll
Oh,
give you an example.
yeah.
I am battling COVID right now, but still made the class. I feel it helped me. healing. Oh my God, she was a trooper. And I don't know if you knew this, Joanna and I got COVID right when Spirit dropped in to write the second deck. We're like, wow, 2.5 years later, now you want us to write the deck? But I'm telling you, I think whatever happened, it brought forward a very interesting energy because the deck's different and yet they're mated first and second deck, and it's just they're paired beautifully. But this one is a no nonsense deck. I know, yes, it's beautiful food and beautiful colors and all that, but it's really telling you now, like, now, this is the work, this
Oh.
is what you have to do to get the healing to really to start changes in your body, mind and soul, for that matter.
I want to that you're I think that's so cool too because I also think when you're sick too you're put into that moment as well to be like okay like what would I do to get better and those kinds of things and then look we were just talking about surrender and I looked down the expectations card is at the bottom so I was like Kelly that's a big one for especially you know what I mean expectations what other people are supposed to be doing you know all that kinds of thing with the people around you oh
That's noni. That's a noni. They used to have
I
noni juice. It was really popular. So you know what you say, Heather? Hashtag no noni. Not that we're saying not to eat the noni, but no
oh
expectations.
no noni, no noni. Okay, that's gonna be like our inside group thing, guys. So if you're listening right now, so when you hear no noni, then it's gonna be our thing. Did you see what Jenny wrote? My grandmother had an old home remedy where they would fry up some onions and then wrap them in a cloth and then put them on a person's chest when they're having congestion issues, like upper respiratory symptoms. Kelly, I would totally try that out. Like that is cool. I want to try that.
Well, they say that when you have flus, you can cut the onion and put it next to your bedside, or you put slices of onion in your socks. All of that. I mean, and actually in our first deck we have onions, which is acceptance. And we told a story how, Vidalia onions, they're sort of sweet. Well, there's that, Vidalia, I think it's Vidalia, Texas. They have the lowest incidence of stomach cancer because they eat them like apples.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Like my
So,
son has a video of me just like he's like my son is like onions and then he was like mom and he has this video he shows it to everybody too and I literally just like bite into like an onion just like an apple. I'm like they're delicious.
and by the way, here's the cherimoya.
Oh,
So, those fruits look like bowling balls, but it's kind of like talk about moving energy. That's a great card. But I want to tell you a story about this one. I was sharing it this weekend. Do you see this one?
yes, bok choy. It's been a while since I had bok choy, but I do like it.
So bok choy, and it is on our new logo. And it's funny. A woman came up to me and she at an event, and she goes, "Well, what do you see on me? What do you see? What do you see?" Like I literally was only just pulling cards for people, but they get all excited. And I said, and I immediately went to her throat chakra, and I saw some kind of little bit of a disturbance in the throat chakra area. I said, "Well, I'm seeing something around your throat actually." And she's like, "Oh my God, oh my God, I have goiters, I have this, I have that." She had a whole bunch of things going on. So then she pulls a card, and it's the bok choy, which is our truth card, and that's our throat chakra card about speaking your truth, being in your truth, and that's where all her disturbance was. And then her friend's like, "Well, what do you see on me?" But it was like that. But this is definitely like we attribute the foods to the chakras, and so of course you have to speak your truth, and when that gets all compressed and suppressed, yes, you do have issues there or wherever. But
Oh my
I
god.
mean, crazy, right?
That is so cool. Like that's what I'm talking about. It's like everybody needs like a card deck, you know, because it's like no matter what you're getting something, and then when you pull a card that confirms that, it's like, bam, like here's your sign. This is it. Like I've had people fight with me like with the romance cards, you know, because they would be like, no, like they're good for me, and I'm like, I don't think they are, and then I'm like, I pull the card and it's like red flags, and I'm like, see, you know, it's the same thing here. So tell me if this is not funny. Okay, Angie says, I need all of this. Three little ones in daycare under one roof. We're sick like every weekend. And then guess what card comes up? Like, this is so crazy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Father, cashew. So is that not crazy? So you know what
And,
I honestly get from that? What do you get from it? What
well,
comes
no,
to
you
you?
go first, and then I'll add in, but go a little closer so she could
Oh,
see. Yeah, because it looks like three little children underneath those little baby
Oh my
cashews.
God, it totally does. Like one, two, three, like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, you were totally right. Okay, so Angie, look at this. And then what I actually was getting from it, sorry if you can't see me, there you go. So what I
Do
was
it, do
actually
it.
getting from this though is asking for help. Because I didn't feel like it was your dad that this card was pertaining to. I felt like it was the children's dad, or I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's almost doing too much, like a lot of women do, like a lot of mothers do. And it's like getting some help. And here's the thing that I always say. I feel okay, even though you can't count on physical people, your friends, your family, and things like that, you can always count on the spirit world to help you out, to lessen your load and things like that. So definitely use them. But in your case specifically, I do feel that there are actually physical people around that can be, like, what is it called? Um, they can be more responsible
Nannies?
for their own actions. Like my son started doing his own laundry at, like, as soon as he was able to learn, reach the washer and dryer. Because I'm like, I'm gonna teach you to be independent. I'm like, so here's how you do it. And of course I supervised, and now he's 20 years old, can do his own laundry and things like that. So whatever it is, take some things off of your plate and allow others to take care. Do a little bit more. What were you gonna say?
Well, what I wanted to do, because instead of giving a reading, since you just gave a reading, I'll give an example. I'm going to read cashew from the book so they can
Do
actually
it.
understand what it is when you pull the cashew card and then what we're reading. And of course, I didn't bring my glasses, so I'm going to do my best. Okay, so we're reading the cashew, and what's her name? I can't. Your thing's
Angie.
always Angie. Okay, Angie, this is all right. The cashew father card. Earthly father, divine masculine, doer, giver, provider, protector. When you get the cashew card, ask yourself if you are seeking these energies to gain the safety and security you need or want. Okay, this is I think a really personal thing here. When you search outside of yourself, sometimes you are left feeling alone and empty, such as when a person leaves, dies, or is otherwise removed from your life. Like the cashew, shaped like a boomerang, allow that source of power to emanate from within and come back to you infinitely. Cashew might be a sign that you need to heal that divine masculine part of you or a male relationship that is important for your continued growth and well being. So I have chills on that because that kind of syncs up with what you're saying is that we have to come into balance with that divine mask overdoing,
Yes.
that over exhaustion, because we are the mama bears and the protectors. But when I see the divine masculine card come up, it's also a sign of, wow, I'm really masculine. I need to bring in some feminine. I need to start receiving,
Yes.
softening up, asking for help, that
Yes.
sort of thing.
Oh my God. As soon as you started reading that too, I was like, exactly, exactly. And I love how in the what you read in the card deck too was because you're wanting that security. You're wanting things to be like a certain way, and so you are working so hard to make sure it's that is that way. You know what I mean? Like the security or what it is, like whatever it is, like the support. And so, oh,
But
I
in
just
the
love it.
physical, but if you actually sit back and start asking for it in the etheric through spirit, it'll start to come into the physical when we start to back off from part of us. Does
Sorry,
that
there
make
was
sense?
another spammer. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, here's a great question. Did you see the question? I love this question. I think everybody wants to know this question, and I don't think there's anybody that's on here right now. If you want to know the answer to this question, then like this post or put a comment in here. This is a question that all of us are asking for. What card in this deck will help us lose weight?
that is the quintessential question. All right, well, I'm going to pull a card and you pull a card. That's such a loaded question.
Like, I think it's all of them, honestly, in each our own. I think that each
It,
one of us would probably have something different that's.
you're so right, because if I was on my show, I would be pulling a card for each person because it can be emotional reason for this person, it could be a mental reason for that person, it could be a physical person for that person, and it definitely can be spiritual for another. And when you balance the four bodies, then then you're
Oh,
cooking with gas.
do you see this?
Oh, Carrie, the entire deck helped me lose weight. I tell you, thank you for saying that. Yes, the entire deck, first and second, the whole protocol. I mean, we talk about when you start to balance your chakras and you start eating according to the nature's five elements, the core nature, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, it becomes so clear when you go to the grocery store and you say, "What should I eat?" And Spirit says, "Wow, tonight I'm going to have butternut squash." There is a reason for that. Soul wants you to eat at your highest vibration. So when you get that
Yep.
hankering, it's already soul telling you what to eat for
Oh
your
my
body
God.
in that moment.
Oh my, sorry, I'm not too distracted. I was listening to you 1000% because that is so true. Because the clearer that you eat and those kinds of things, the higher you raise your vibration and the better you can communicate with spirit.
And soul wants you, but so let's just say you went to the grocery store and you did crave the butternut squash. Now you can go back and go, wow, why did I choose butternut squash? And you can go to the deck and you'll find out that butternut
Yep.
squash is support, and start reading about what kind of support you need. Do you need support for your organs? Do you need support for your sacral chakra? You know, it will start to tell you and paint a picture. And you're like, wow, I think I do need support. That's why I crave butternut squash, because I had a bad day at the office. And it starts to bring in you the support, because spirit always wants you to raise your vibration.
Oh my God. And that's the thing too. Anytime that I am craving anything, I go to the deck and I'll be like, okay, what am I craving? And then like little
And
things like
why, right?
yes, that's how I'm like, okay, I'm craving, onions, more acceptance. You know what I mean? I'm craving things. So this is very interesting. So for the weight loss card, for me, and then if there's like a lot of people who feel like very connected to me and things like that, if this resonates with you, then take this as a message for you, as maybe something to think about on your health journey. Arugula, which by the way, I freaking love arugula. Arugula is
Me
like one of my
too.
favorite things. And okay, if you guys don't know, like arugula, like oh my God, it's so good. It's a little bit bitter, but you had some goat cheese on there, which I usually, I don't really do cheese and things, but I love goat cheese. But anyways, let me go here. It says there is an old saying that two things have certainty in life: death and taxes. Love that, by the way. However, we offer a third: change. We are here on this planet to learn, think, and grow. With the evolving of life's positive, negative situations, one thing is certain: spirit always delivers. That takes the guesswork of trying to figure everything out on your own. When arugula shows up in your reading, there's a certainty that the answers you seek are close. Like the plant itself, which has tart, bitter, and peppery taste, consider it with certainty. While you don't always like to make those tough decisions, sometimes those bittersweet choices are necessary for your next level of growth. Let arugula, aka rocket, be your jet fuel, and take the next level of certainty of whatever you are going for in life.
So, A, that's incredible, because really that's the overall message for people wanting to lose weight or release weight or whatever they want. But also, so we give the spiritual message that was all channeled, and then in every food in the book, we list the practical gifts. So that is a nutrition component. We'll talk about disease prevention. We'll talk about vitamins. Maybe read arugula if you want, just to show them what the practical gifts are. Because that second paragraph, and if you have our deck, I say this over and over, don't underestimate, oh, okay, cool, the nutrition, that's great. Because there are some times that spirit's trying to get your attention. If you pulled arugula on the practical gifts, maybe the spiritual healing wisdom word, but go to the paragraph about the healing. I've seen over and over, time and time again, where it might have not been the spiritual message, it was the direct nutrition that was trying to get their attention. So
Ooh.
there is always a nutrition FAQ after each one. We call it the practical gifts. But
Oh, well,
let's
well, then
just
let
see
me
why
read
you
it
pulled
then.
that.
Yeah, let me read that part then, because since, okay, it says a cousin to broccoli, kale, and cabbage, there's absolute certainty that arugula is a powerhouse of vital nutrients for the body, with a spicy kick from a compound known as glucinolates.
Close
Go.
enough.
Okay. This attribute is what may protect you against certain cancers such as breast, prostate, lung, and colon. Vitamin K is present in ample amounts, which supports your bones and may help prevent osteoporosis if you are looking for a way to spice up your salad. Arugula is a certain choice for a delicious addition. Okay, but you want, okay, this is what's coming up for me, because a lot of times it talks about certainty, but then also it talked about like also change and like growth and taking you to the next level. And so a lot of people I think can like really Let me know in the comments if you guys can relate to this. I went through menopause because I had surgery, took out my last ovary recently. So it totally freaking sucks. And so then with that, you don't, it's not as easy for you to lose weight and things like that. It's just like it kind of sucks for a minute trying to get your hormones and your new body back into balance. I feel like I have a brand new body. So what I'm really getting from this is being like, okay, Heather 2.0. Like the other day, like me and my husband were walking into the store and I was like, I love this little dress. And it had like little ruffles on it and little flowers on it. And he was like, no, he was like, I love this dress. And it's like more of like a woman and like more of like a sexier dress for like a night out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I am going to that next level. You know what I mean? I am going to be going into a different Heather. And the different Heather too is going to have better nutrition and is going to be moving more and is going to be taking care of herself better. And I'm going
Oh,
to the
yes.
next level. So that's what I was really getting from it.
Well, I have seen
Yes.
not hundreds, thousands of times where people come up to me and they want to know for a certain health challenge or that. And, and don't forget, this is well beyond food, this deck. You can ask it, should I take the job? Should I move to the Isles of Trinidad? Like any Oracle deck, you can ask it anything. We've got 9 spreads in the second deck, 8 in the first. So it's well beyond food. Okay. Food is a character. Like if it was a mermaid or a dolphin or a god or a titan, right? Let's just put that to so people know that it's well beyond food. But we add the second layer of the food and nutrition. So I just want people to know that they can ask us anything like, should I go and buy that car? Should I enter that relationship and food? Okay, so that's just there. But I also want people to know how important it is that the second layer of nutrition is there, because if we have the nutrition and that grounds us, we can make a better decision. We can open up our intuition better. So once we're grounded in knowing and our mindset is at ease, that will help you answer all the other questions you have about your life,
Oh my gosh. I
right?
really love that. Oh wow.
This
Oh,
girl came up to me. You'll love this, Heather. You talked about shadow. Did you talk about shadow on the air or off air? I forgot. We were talking about shadow for a second
I don't
earlier.
know. I don't remember. Go ahead.
Shadow. I told this over the weekend. I did a presentation. They knew nothing. They weren't even, no woo woos, no woo woos to be seen in this group. Almost just like, what are we doing here? And I had everybody pull a card. And she pulls a card and she gets the eggplant, our shadow card, right? And, for us who know the deck, we're like, dun, 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 like the shadow card. Anyway, so she reads it, and the shadow card's all about coming out of the light, coming out of the darkness into the light, starting to look at things, doing your shadow work so you can raise your vibration. We know all these things. And she's like, oh, okay. And she hands me the card back. I let her keep the book. And I said, well, why don't you, I just wanted to also let you know that eggplant are tremendous for artery scrubbers, and they really help clean out your arteries. And she starts crying. She goes, I have artery disease. You couldn't make it up in the moment. It was like a pin drop.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking. There's something I don't know. I don't know.
I, I don't either.
It's
Honestly, it's bigger than me, you, and everybody else. But all I know is we're in 23 countries and people are calling and going crazy for this. So we're just so grateful. But this level 2 deck is a whammy. Just a whole nother thing. I mean, the first deck's amazing. I think that's more the divine feminine deck. The new deck is definitely more of a divine masculine, which is like, you want all these things here right now is how to do the work for change, for shifting, for healing, for releasing, for ascending, for enlightenment. That I think is the power of the next deck, and the certification.
oh.
And Carrie was in our certification this weekend. She was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. And then yeah, I know that I think the level 2 that I'm in April is booked out, but yes.
And then we'll have another one in July. But March 3rd and 4th, that's 4 weeks from now, we have our level 1. So anyone who wants to deep dive into your relationship with food, to fully understand what we're talking about here, to go through all 60 cards and see what this picture is representing. There's clues, there's layers. Take that class, do it for yourself and your
And they
family.
can they
But
use my code to get the discount?
yes, they sure
Okay.
can.
There you go. Look
Yeah.
at how big it happened. Like I'm prepared for you guys today.
You got it. Yeah, take the class. It's the only one right now I've scheduled for level 1. And then you can take level 2. We'll have another one in July. April sold out. But I highly recommend, there's a video on our website, Heather. And you took the class, and
Oh, it's
it made
amazing.
you look at things differently, yeah?
Okay, oh, for sure. I love it so much. It helps with every part, like the spiritual plus the physical and those kinds of things. But before we do pick a card, there's another question. What if you don't like a food on the card that you pull?
That is a great question, and I get asked that a lot. So, when you dive deep into the book, we give you some greater understandings about chakra system, colors therapy, talk about nature's 5 elements. We look at the card. When you take the certification, we even go deeper into that. But sometimes it's not necessarily the food. Look at the color on the card. Look at the shape. Look at what element, is it sitting in
Yes.
water? Is a fiery element? Because there could be many things. In fact, one of the funny stories is coffee. We're at coffee and cards, right? Coffee is our energy
Get your
from our
card.
first deck. And someone goes, I don't even like coffee. I remember that specifically. And she was like, uh, I could tell she was in her air element. And I said, well, sometimes coffees need to be grounded. She needed to be grounded. Let's just call it that way. And I said, well, maybe look at considering taking those coffee beans and grinding them down so we can just get a little bit grounded. So there can be some metaphorics. Also,
Oh,
people ask me a lot about allergies, Heather, like they may be allergic to the food that they pull. And again, it could be they may be allergic if they ingest it, but let's just say cucumber. They may not be able to eat. This did happen. She couldn't have cucumber, but then she wanted to do cucumber like a bath wash, body wash. So then she
oh,
actually washed her body with cucumber, which was our balance card. So she balanced herself in the water. So she didn't eat it, didn't have the allergic reaction, but she was able to still bring in that energetic balance.
you know what that reminds me of too is like almost like a card. Like if someone goes to choose a card and they're like, "Oh, I don't like that." It's something they're
Mm.
resistant to. So if you get a card and you don't like it, like she didn't like coffee, it's because she's resistant to what coffee means, which is grounding, which or you know what I mean, like can be seen that
Yeah,
way.
grounded. She
So
needed to ground her energy.
yeah, and she's like, and how appalled was she by the coffee? That's how appalled she is to the grounding. Does that make sense? Like she's like,
Yeah,
oh, coffee, no, oh. And then it's
she
like,
didn't want to look at her own stuff. That's like someone who's always looking outside to blame somebody else. Like, oh, that's not for me. I don't relate. And really, they're just mirrors of what spirit's wanting to show you.
microphone drop. Oh my gosh. Oh, the smoothie book. Josie says, I love the smoothie book and I can't wait to try those. And then what smoothie book? Okay, yeah, you guys have to go to the website.
You know what, Heather, and whoever just said that, Josie, we are nearly sold out of our hard copies. There's just a stack left. It's going to be it might be a couple. We have a few left, but yeah, they're great. And I'm going to write a smoothie book for the second helping deck. So yeah, there'll be a part 2, but it'll be a minute. But 33 recipes to change your spirit,
Oh,
move
these
your
are good
body.
questions. I know. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the questions while I pull the cards for if you're okay with that.
Yes, are
For
you
pick a
kidding? I
card
love when you pull our cards.
because look at this. What if you love the smell of coffee but not the taste?
I don't have even an answer for that. What if you love the smell of coffee? I don't think that means anything. Like, I don't think there's a significant, like, that means this. It could mean that we just have an aversion because I think a lot of people don't like the taste of coffee. I think people I know people who love the smell of gasoline. Have you ever known those people? There are
Yes.
people who love gasoline when they're pumping up their car. Obviously, not the taste. Yeah. I don't know. What
Maybe
do you think?
like maybe not with the gasoline part, but I think that there is something that your body is craving from it. You know what I mean? It's trying to tell you something if you love part of it. Or it could be even showing you that you love something that is like either bad or good for you. Does that make sense? Because there's a
I think,
part.
well, I think when you do anything with smell, that is breath. And so I would be looking at the coffee as it's our energy card, and I would be breathing in the energy because you don't always have to consume it. I can actually take, I mean, we have some of our foods and we put them and we turn them into altar cards. And I can actually take those foods and not just the foods, but just have them on my altar space and that and breathe that in. And they call it actually clear gustinance when you actually can smell it and eat it and clear its aliens and you smell and you eat when you don't have to actually consume, but you can actually get that in. And people have used that for weight loss. Joanna used to talk about her son would not eat the chocolate cake because he would just go in as clear gustinance and be chewing it, smelling it, tasting the morsels like he already ate it. And then that's how that was his diet.
Yep. Like anytime that I'm like doing a diet, like I did a juice fast and stuff like that, and my husband thought it was so weird, but I'm like, and I usually can't smell, but when I do those kinds of like fasts or diets, I get my smell back, and I remember be like, just let me smell it, just let me smell it, and it's almost like I feel like there's even scientific proof too. It's like your body feels like it's eating it, you know what I mean, or like consuming it. So
well, like those body scrubs, the whipped sugar body butter scrub. I'll never get it right, but let's just call them whipped body butters. You smell that mango and you're like already feeling joy. It's our joy card. And you're like, I'm already feeling joy and I haven't even put a drop on my body. I
oh my
feel
god.
the love already with these strawberry scented body butters.
Oh my god, that is I freaking love this. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there is a homeopathic remedy. It's also called called that made from onions. Extremely helpful if you have symptoms for it. Allium cepa is onions. If I smell it, I
Allium
won't eat it.
cepa. That's the homeopathic name. So you know what I would consider is asking a question unrelated to food. So you can see that these work for things way beyond the food realm.
Oh, that is. Oh
Let
my
me pull
gosh.
up. Why don't you? Can I ask you? Can you ask a question and I'll pull a card for you, Heather, just so that we'll get them
Oh
in a deck.
yeah. Okay.
I'll
Non-food
use this second
question.
deck.
Let's see. Ooh, okay. I have a good one because like everybody kind of knows about the Coffee and Cards Club. But is that a good one, or should I do like the
Yeah.
Coffee and
What is
Cards
the
Club?
energy?
Yeah, like what is the energy like? Is it going to be as awesome and as amazing having all of us together more often? Like,
Yeah. All right. So what is the energy around the coffee and cards club? Because I never say a yes or no. I don't know how you are when
yeah,
you do
yeah.
your readings, but these are never yeses or nos. It's the energy. What are we feeling around it? All right. So I'm pretending you're pulling a card. Oh, I can't wait to see what you think of this. Okay, here we go. This is actually the fear card. So let's talk about that for a second. And I actually think it's coming from you a little bit, if I could be so bold.
Oh, go
But
ahead. I'm an
but
open
just
book.
think about it. So this is our seaweed card, fear. And I think as divine creators and masters of our arts, we go through a lot of like so much thinking about it while we're getting it together. And sometimes there's an apprehension. Will they like it? Am I doing the right things? Or, what do I have to do? Is it enough? Am I charging the right price? So there's a piece here that you are working on getting it all anchored as you're creating it. And once all those pieces come in together, then like let's just take the seaweed can start to unravel and the fear dissipates and look at all this white spirits like saying yes, release any fears, everything's good, but this is a piece for you. Just anchor in as you start completely developing it and setting it for sale.
Oh my
Does that
gosh.
make
Like
sense?
I love it too because it's like, oh, am I fearful? Like, is it going to be like what did I just ask? I literally like, is it going to be as awesome? Is it going to be like great? Is it going to be as fun? You know what I mean? So that is questions that are like fearful that it's not going to be that way. You know what I mean? Like,
So when you answer all those for yourself, it is going to be this. You're coming from the heart. You're offering this to your
yes.
community. When you anchor that in, I would even maybe be eating some seaweed. I don't know if you do eat seaweed. It's so good, but it's almost like start to, melt that fear away.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all of us have it. All of it. Are they going to like the second deck as good as the first? What if they,
Yep.
what if this, what if that? It's like, no, we just have to do our divine destiny and trust the universe brought it to us to do.
Oh my gosh. And okay, I'm sorry. I have to write this down because I just oh wait. There we go. How did I know that someone was going to call me? It was like I picked up my phone right at that time. Is that not crazy? Okay, just saying. Just think there's something there. So yeah, because anytime that you create something, you just hope that someone else like loves it or sees it the way that you see it. Just like with your card deck, you put so much time and love into it. And so I think that like a lot of us too, like we can, even take that and put it in our own lives. Like what are you afraid of going forward with? Because you are afraid of how you're going to be perceived. Like so many people, they don't even want to like let anyone know they even have a card deck or they even believe in this stuff and stuff. And it's like, don't worry,
And you know
here's your
what?
family.
As simple as it could be, if you don't try, you don't know. And go where you light up, go where you feel passionate and trust. And at the end of the day, like I had someone I was talking to is, fearful about moving. She's moving out of state. And at the end of the day, if it didn't work out, you can always just move back at one point. It's not nothing's ever like so set in stone. You give it a go because your heart is leaning towards that flow. And so when the fear comes up, like embrace it because we know, right? Fear, false evidence is real, is allowing us, we all have to face our fears whenever we're starting something new. But man, coming out the other side and the benefit of it, it's like
Oh,
cherry on top.
yes, and that's the thing is like I love the other acronym for fear too, which is what are you going to do? Is it false evidence appearing real? Is it forget everything and run, or is it going to be face everything and rise? And so that's the other fear, and it's like come on, let's do it. Let's keep on going. So no matter what, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be awesome. It's going to be freaking amazing. I'm gonna brace my fear, and I'm just going to like be myself with my homies. You guys are my homies, and have fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it's going to be terrific. So I already feel energies move just by having that one card conversation.
Yes, I think
I
so.
really
See, look at
do.
that. Isn't that so cool? How cool, like one card can all of a sudden just, change it up. Okay, we're gonna do pick a card. So, and,
Okay.
and, and you can do it too, because you don't know what
Okay, I don't
cards
even
it
know what
is.
it is, but let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is either, because they're all down. So, all right, so you're gonna pick card A, B, or C. And then we'll just keep on doing it like how we've been, if that works. Um, okay, let me see. Okay, okay. I wanted to be a ticker, but whatever. It's that one. It's a big giant one. Okay, so you can ask Spirit for any kind of question, and it doesn't have to be related to health. It could be with your job, with money situation, with your kids, whatever it is that comes to you. So you just think of something in an area of your life or a question that you might have. And then once you get that question, you can ask your spirit guides, past loved ones, angels, whoever it is, your higher self, to draw you towards the card that's going to have a message that's going to help you in your highest good to answer that. So card A, card B, card C. Does it sound like I'm saying one of them a little louder than the other? When I say one of them, does it sound like you're a little bit more resistant to that one? Because that could be showing you something that's within yourself. You can also rub your hands together and then feel, pretend that you're putting card A in your hands, card B in your hands, and card C in your hands. Does it feel like one has a little more energy? You can also close your eyes and then just picture A, B, or C inside of your mind's eye. And does it look like one of them is standing out more than the other? And then once you are ready, hit the like button if you haven't already so that I know that you are done. You are ready. Okay, Lainie, which one did you choose?
See.
C? Okay, A was really big for me.
Really? Okay, cool.
I'm really great. I'm okay. And I feel like across the board, Pendulum says A with a little bit of C. Okay, I agree. C had a little bit. I had a little bit with C, but definitely more with A. Okay, some B's. Okay. It's like everybody's like across the board today. Sometimes you don't get that.
And
Okay,
I
are you
can't wait
ready?
to see the story related to A, B, and C together. That's always my favorite because
I
there is
love that.
absolutely going to be a thread of those three cards together on some way. In
Oh
in
my
many
gosh.
ways, probably.
There always is. There's always some sort of theme. Okay, here we go. Here's card A. Mother.
That was my post today. That was my social media post
What was it?
about mother. It's time to kind of crack that shell and come out yourself. And if you need a little nourishing, I indicated today that that feminine, whether your mother's in heaven, whether your mother's here physically, or whether you need support from Mother Earth, Mother Nature, this is that sacred Sunday moment to take that time and receive.
Okay, look, everybody look at Lainey's video right now. Do you see how it's like rays of light coming out of nowhere? as soon as I hit the mother card, and the mother, my mom's in spirit, and of course I'm still grieving her and that kind of thing. And I just think it's so incredibly crazy that I chose card 8, and you talk about breaking out of your shell was when I was talking about the Coffee and Cards Club, and then look, it's like blinking now. Do you see that? You're not
Wow.
even moving.
Oh, hello. I literally just before I came on hit post or hit. Yeah, that's literally the card today.
Like I have like tears. Like I am just feeling emotional. Like you know when something resonates and it's right when you have that emotional response. And now
Wow.
look, oh my God, that is so
Wow.
crazy. I have nothing else
Yeah.
to say. Like I'm just like seriously just sitting in the energy of knowing that my mom's around, and I've been seeing her number 713 everywhere, and all of those things, and I don't know. I
It's
just
probably why I picked up on that card today, honestly, because it was just like, wow, today is the day we need to nourish. If we need a hug, if we need to just feel like we need to just, go inside and reflect on what's most important to us, that is what card A is about, is that divine mother. Reach out to your mother, speak to your mother into the higher realms, ask Mother Nature to feed your body. What foods do you need? This is definitely like Nourishing Sunday, the mother energy.
And you know what's so funny? Guess who called me? That was my son calling me. And it's so funny because he always calls me mother, by the way. So he doesn't call me mom, mommy, or anything else like that. He calls me mother all the time. So he just texts me mother, like it's right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but one of my last texts from him is mother. Do you see it? Mother.
Mother.
So I think it's
Oh my.
also my mom saying, "Hey, I know, like, pick up your phone." No, he can live without me. He just wants the Amazon thing, so he's good. Oh my God. Oh my,
Well,
I
that's a mind blower for me. But in the same way, I never get surprised, and at the same time, I'm surprised, right? Every single time. I
and then
wrote, Oh,
go
here's
ahead.
my exact quote was.
Okay.
It's time to dismantle your shell and let the motherly love come to you. Your soul is asking for divine feminine energy to heal you at this.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm not
And
kidding you. I just posted
oh my God. That is so funny. And
it.
then here's my thing too is like, I think that we all have to give ourselves credit too when we draw to the perfect card because that's showing that we're in tune with our intuition, that we can trust ourselves, those kinds of things. Like, what are the odds that I chose this and then I got this message because it truly is a message. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for the other cards. Are you ready? All
I'm
right,
ready.
here's card B. Ooh, fennel, relax.
So you have the bonus cards. That's why yours feels a little bit bigger because that is one of our bonus cards.
Oh, I love that. And what do you get from the fennel and the relax card?
This is that same thing. Well, and I'm already seeing the pattern of what's going on between the card stories. But this is a moment to breathe in. Like if you were feeling fear when I pulled that card for Heather in your own life, if you were feeling any sort of apprehension, like you're getting ready for the week, I would be just letting you know and actually, maybe consider consuming the fennel. And I'm sorry, I don't know this light where it's coming from. Like yes, 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 but it's a moment to remind yourself to relax. Relax the mind, relax the body, relax the soul. Put your feet in some dirt, feel that energy from the mother. I would be maybe putting your feet in water if you can. Doing some things today that allow you to relax, whether it's reading, writing, eating something very light on the body, doing some stretching, going for a walk. This is letting you know that everything's fine and that this is your day to relax into the week with great intention and great affection.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then so whatever it is that you were worried about, anything that you were trying to see if you could get some insight or guidance for, relax. Allow the like energy to unfold. Allow the path to unfold, okay? Like think to yourself that I love this quote too, which is basically even just for today, I will be chill. Even for just today, I will relax. Even for today, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, just going ahead and just allowing yourself to have some of that R&R time. If you're going with your body, rest your body. If you've been going with your mind and overthinking, then rest your mind today. It's time to chill. You're not going to like nothing is going to be as an emergency. Okay, you're cool. And did you see what Joanna said? She's like, I'm going to an energy healing retreat today, and she pulled this
Oh,
card.
perfect. Well, and then put the fennel up a little closer. You see that it's green. So relax into your heart. This is the green heart chakra. Like relax, feel into this retreat, feel into the heart space of why you've chosen that retreat, and relax into allowing the nurturing of the spirit to enfold you at that retreat.
Oh my gosh, yes. And that's what I just love what you just said. Like just know, and I think this way too all the time. Every single time I'm always thinking this is happening for me, not to me. All this stuff is just going to be spirit's going to take care of it. And if there I don't know what to do, I wait until there's been a clear sign of what to do, what I'm supposed to do. Because sometimes I feel like we're little toddlers and we just get into things because have you ever tried to like get a toddler who is like running around with the chicken their head cut off? You know what I mean? Try to get them to behave and be like, no, like come on, no, they just make a
I have
bigger
a
mess.
puppy right now. Yes.
Yes, and that's us. And if the toddler would just chill for a minute, like a squirrel ended up in my sunroom, and he could have just literally just went right back out the door he came in, but he didn't. He freaked out and he was going all over the place and stuff like that. If he would have just chilled for a second, and then slowly turned around, there's the door, and you can go that way.
Yes.
So, oh. I'm blown away right now. Nicola literally sat here drinking fennel tea and picked B. Oh my god.
I'm I'm drinking gratitude tea because I am drinking our moringa card right now.
I'm drinking energy because that's what I'm drawn to. I need
If
more
you pull
energy.
moringa for C, I'm gonna laugh. But
Dude,
anyways, go ahead.
did anyone just see an orb behind Lainie? It shot up that way. I'm just saying. Okay, I think it's kind of funny that as soon as we pull like the mother card and we start talking about it, weird stuff starts happening. Okay, and you can say, oh, it's a bug, it's a whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but the thing is that what are the odds that we start talking about those who have passed on, and then all of a sudden, weird things start happening with your camera, the light's all weird. There's like two orbs that think passed, so there's definitely probably like a female spirit that is, trying to reach out to us, or like Josie said, her grandmother met her son. Oh yeah, because her son passed away on Friday, which is so tragic. They're sending you so much love. But I feel like it's also confirmation as well. Like she's like, hey, I'm here. I got him. We're good.
Yes.
Sending you and your whole family, Josie, so much love.
Mm,
So much love. And then I think too that C is going to be more messages for you, Josie. Okay, are you ready?
so ready.
Look at this. Tranquility. Okay, did I not? I got chills because did I not just say I think that there's going to be more of a message for Josie and then tranquility came up?
Oh,
Because like
and
they're in
here,
heaven, like they're happy, they're good. Oh my god.
well, chills up and down my spine. So if you look at that closely, that is the star fruit. So literally just look at the stars at night, look up above with complete reverence, knowing that tranquility is present for both you and him in all. Honestly, that is that like light shining up, that starlight, just letting you know that all is in divine order.
Oh my
Oof.
god. And then look at this, like how we're star beings, you know what I mean? How we're stemmed from the stars, all of that. So it's like, there is there is no death. You know what I mean? We are like infinite amazing beings. And then what are the odds that we start talking about and then all of a sudden star fruit comes up? Like I just think, oh my god. I just like I'm
I'll
blown
read from the
away.
book if you want for
Yes,
this
please
one.
do.
I think
Yes.
because everyone can use some tranquility as we relax into our divine feminine and receiving today. Okay, those are the three cards. Oh my gosh, what a day to not have my glasses. It's written in the star fruits that it's time to relax. Here we get the relax card and experience a tranquil state of mind. If finding that place within seems possible, then perhaps take yourself to a quiet place in nature near the water or in the forest where you can take some time for yourself and just breathe in the quiet, tranquil sounds of Mother Earth. We already kind of talked about all this. You do not need to have to wait until everything in your world is calm and peaceful to fill up your cup with tranquility. In fact, finding that peace within when chaos is around you is your divine birthright. Be tranquil in the eye of the storm. Tranquility is one of those energies that you can shift into as easily as just deeming it so. You have everything it takes to achieve that right here, right now. Find those in your community that can take you on a peaceful adventure, have a self guided tour, meditation for that.
Oh
Amen.
my god. Oh my God. And a couple of things are coming up too, like written in the stars. So any kind of questions that you have and things like that, it's almost like trust the process, trust the road that you are on. And then also it's like that peace within part too. Don't wait to be happy. Don't wait. Don't wait until something is better. Don't have to wait until this, going ahead and finding that joy, finding that peace in the moment that you're in right now. And I know it might suck, but it's part of your path.
Yes.
What are you
Well,
gonna
and
say?
then also notice the solar plexus, yellow. That's a very solar plexus card, and that's where we hold all of our emotions. That's where our gut gets wrangled up. That's where we have food issues, right? The gut, our second brain. So our solar plexus, balancing those emotions, bringing it back into tranquility, will help the body move. It will help the body process foods, emotions, everything going on in the system, so it can eliminate and clear and like free up the space.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. And then when you look at all the three cards together, which I love that you said that, we should do that. Look, the mother is all about receiving energy. It's all about, bringing in, and it's like almost like bringing that relaxation, that tranquility, finding that peace today, like right now, like in those moments. Like if you're, because like me, I'm too anxious. You know what I mean? I'm always waiting for the next moment. I'm always waiting for the next thing and stuff. And I have to train myself to enjoy and be in the moment now, not just when I'm on trips or on having vacation or with my son, but every single moment of every single day, being in that moment. That's what I'm
Yes.
trying to do.
I was just sharing that with the master students this weekend. Ram Dass, be here now. Like really, this is the peace that will bring us the most present. Peace is present, right? And that is right here. So this is Sacred Sunday. You have the day. You just had some nourishment from us. And to take the day and some of these teachings, if you have the deck, maybe flip some, cards for your own. Look at what foods are showing up, what you need to, what you've learned, and really enjoy the rest of the day for you, just for
Oh my
you.
gosh, I agree with that. And by the way, did you see people saying you have a purple aura?
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
and I think that
I
was
haven't been able to read. You have so many
did it.
comments going.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so purple aura, which to me is very spiritual, so it's a very spiritual person. But then someone else is like, purple is energy healing. Here, I'll energy healing, Reiki healing. Archangel Raphael is purple, which is healer. And so,
mm,
of course, of course that's you. And I thought that was really cool.
oh,
Someone told me once I had a gold aura. They like came out of nowhere. I didn't even know they read auras, and I was just sitting next to them. And they're not even like woohoo or spiritual or anything like that. They're like, your aura is
wow.
gold, and I'm like, okay, I have not heard that one. Like, I need to look that one up. And you know what it was? It's very protective spiritually. You know what I mean? It's very protected by the highest vibration beings. I'm like, oh, okay, I feel like that's right on. Oh my gosh.
Heather, you're gonna have to come on my show soon. This was too much fun.
I know. Yes, I was on it with Joanna when but and it was so much fun. Yes. So
Oh
yeah,
no, we'll
real.
have you back. We have a
Oh
new
yeah.
name now. It's now called the Nourish Your Soul Show.
Nourish Your Soul show. Is that on tomorrow?
It's on tomorrow. Yeah, we're talking about papaya, which is our flow card with Tina Brunetti Smith, going with the flow. How when you're preparing to grow, things are going to be thrown at you, but how to keep moving the flow, how to keep moving the energy.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm hoping
Ah,
gonna tune in,
okay.
and hope everybody else can tune in too, because that's gonna be a lot of fun. And yes, I put this here, guys. This is the link to the Food Healing Oracle deck. Heather 10, get 10% off. And I'll be talking to you soon, Lainie, because it's always so much fun with
Yes.
you. So
Yes.
thank you so much for coming on, for sharing your wisdom with us and your intuitive insights. And I also want to thank everybody for joining us. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys and having our coffee in the morning.
Yeah. Or tea.
Or tea. We are allowing tea drinkers. We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tea is our calm card, right? So I thought I went with calm today.
Yes. All right.
Thanks,
I love you
everyone.
guys.
Nice to meet everyone.
Have a happy Sunday.